everyone. So I ran a poll on my channel a while back, well, recently, and asked what you guys wanted to see. So the #1 spot was showcasing my private collection. And to define private collection, it's just stuff that I've either bought for myself or my own finds that I don't plan on ever getting rid of. This is a wonderful sand dollar fossil from Madagascar. I bought it raw and polished it myself. Just beautiful though. Amazing specimen. And speaking of gifts, this is whale tooth that Alexis bought from me. It was found by a diver in Venice, Florida. Also, another one she gifted me was this agatized buffalo tooth, which is pretty dang cool. Again, let's just do all the stuff that Alexis gave me. She got me this mosasaurus tooth, and I was pretty skeptic that it was real, but now that when I got it, because that was like long time ago when I first started getting into this stuff, but there's enough fossil material in there, and yeah, it's actually pretty dang good one, so I was happy about that. And also she gave me this, which is a species of clam or oyster, but I cannot for the life of me remember the species name. They're so cool though, just awesome. Speaking of gifts, I acquired this very recently. This is like the most mammoth Griffia you will ever see. Oh yeah, I can't forget these little ones. These are two other things that Alexis got me. Look at this clam or gastropod fossil filled with quartz crystals. I mean, I've found fossils filled with calcite crystals before, but those are full-blown quartz, and to make it even better, she got me two. And as for stuff I got myself, I bought this really nice ammonite from, I think South Dakota. That's where it came from. It's a really nice one. Great sutures. Nicely calcified. Speaking of calcite, I bought this gorgeous clam fossil. This came from Fort Drum in Florida, and yeah, the calcite on this thing is just incredible. I have not made it a secret on my channel that my favorite gemstone is ammonite, and this is just some prime Alberta ammonite that I purchased stabilized. Just some beautiful stuff. And I'll probably do something with it at some point. This piece right here is just prime. Look at that. So this is a smoky quartz, but it's got a phantom in there. Do you see that? Phantom crystal? Actually here. So to make it easier. And you see that phantom crystal in there? How cool is that? Alright, now this one was a gift. It came from a mine in Arizona, but look at that quartz crystal, just covered in druzy. That thing is just so cool. I'm trying to remember who gave me this. I'm sorry that I forgot. It's probably Alexis. Honestly, most of the stuff that was gifted to me was from Alexis. This I bought myself. This is some just beautiful dioptase. And it's so pretty. Just beautiful crystals. Speaking of beautiful crystals, here's a nice specimen of vanadinite. And vanadinite is just some very cool stuff. My gosh, our big piece is expensive though. This is one of my favorite rocks that I own. It is so amazing, and I really need to buy more of this stuff because it's just so cool. This is infable quartz. It's also known as angel aura quartz, but it's just so amazing. And then we've got this very nice specimen of azurite and malachite, nicely crystallized azurite. So pretty. Love this thing. And speaking of malachite, this is one of my favorite specimens. It's so pretty. Alright, moving on to more stuff. Really quick before I do, some of my favorite gifts were these amazing agates from Louisiana. I'm not going to show many, just because, yeah, this video is going to get really long. But if you want to see a bunch of these from the person who gave these to me, go check out Gravel Bar Hopper. He gets into some of the coolest agates. And then, obviously, all of my dry head agates. I'm not going to show them really at all because I have an entire video following those dry head agates. So these are all some specimens that I bought for myself, except for this one. This one was a gift. So this is Cobaltian calcite, also known as cobalto calcite, and it's some just beautiful stuff. And yes, it is really that hot pink. It is amazing stuff. Really want to work with some. I don't have much of it. This is a beautiful specimen of amethyst. This was gifted to me by my aunt, actually. Looking at the outside, you'd be very tempted to believe that it's a Brazilian agate, but it's actually from a mine in Montana. And this is such a cool piece. I'll never do anything with that one. As for geodes, this is my favorite LaChoya geode. I get them in regularly, and sometimes I have to grab one and split it, and this thing is just so cool. Look at those long, just needle-like crystals in there. It's so pretty. And then this one is one of my favorite geodes I've ever opened. It's like a perfect half and half with just insane druzy. Ah, it's so pretty. Also, speaking of druzy, now this is awesome. So this is Brazilian agate with really nice amethyst. But the cool thing is it has a layer of agate over the whole thing, and you probably noticed that ridiculous layer of druzy that's over top of all of that. This is such a cool specimen. Ah, I love that thing. Speaking of agates, we have this beautiful Laguna lace agate with just an amazing druzy pocket. That is a beautiful agate. And lastly, this thing is so cool. It's going to be gorgeous. This is a... I have to turn the brightness down. This is a beautiful piece of rainbow moonstone. So this is a Mozambique agate, and that is a very nice large agate that I am probably going to have to slab at some point, now that I have the means to. Oh gosh, here's another one. Beautiful color on that one. Look at that. Red and purple. That thing is just gorgeous. Beautiful agate. Gotta love it. Alright, so these two specifically, I have an absurd amount of tiger eye. Like, probably 50, 60 pounds of tiger eye in all sizes. Let's see, this is one hefty piece, and it's just prime. So amazing. I adore this stuff. It is some of my absolute favorite rock to work with. It's just beautiful. And the place that I get my labradorite from has just some of the best I've ever seen. It's more spectralite, honestly, than labradorite because the colors are just so vibrant. Look at that spectralite. Just amazing. All the purple in here. Yeah, that is one killer piece for sure. It is not light. This thing weighs a good amount. And those color pockets just go through the whole stone. Oh, that's such pretty spectralite. Oh my gosh, I love this stuff. This is a Ram's Murex. They're so pretty. Just very ornate. Yeah, this is a Sereth. And they are very pretty. Love these things. Very different. This is a just enormous horse conch that I bought for myself. And it is super nice. Love this one. And this was a gift, but this is a red abalone, and it is a gigantic red abalone. These are hard to come by nowadays. But my two favorite shells, well, one of them is a shell, that I own were both gifts, and I had to do them by themselves because they are very fragile. This is a crown of thorns starfish. Sea star, I'm sorry, that's the correct terminology. And they are a highly invasive species that just wreak havoc on coral reefs. Alright, I'm saving this for last because I need to get it wrapped up and put away immediately afterward. It is so stupidly fragile. This is a Venus murex. And this one is very special because it is actually perfect. All of those bristles are still intact. And it is probably my favorite shell that I own. Lexus got me this for Christmas one year, and it is just phenomenal. Look at this thing. Okay, so we'll start with shells, I think, and this is the stuff that I found myself that are my favorites, my personal favorites. So I'll start with these. King's Crowns are one of my all-time favorite shells, and this is how big they normally are. We found a spot where we got into about 20 that were in this size range. I think this one is the nicest. Just huge, so nice. I think this video's come out already. I actually found this one recently. As far as sand dollars go, it's nothing special, but it was my first sand dollar, and I've been going to Florida for years and years and years, and it's just, I would always find them broken or like little pieces of them, so it meant a lot to find my first actually intact one. This one is very special. This gigantic barnacle cluster. And this is very special because you don't find them this big anymore, really. And B, we actually found this on Daytona Beach, which is very well known for how horrible the shelling is over there. This is incredibly special. It's a filthy, just covered in sponge, lightly deteriorated Atlantic murex, giant Atlantic murex. And as you can see, they get massive, and they're very uncommon, so I kind of lost my mind a little bit when I found this one. It's just so cool. This one is special just because of how perfect it is. That is just one amazing lightning whelk, just beautiful. And it took such a nice shine and got such a nice color. Very special. This one, no matter what, will stay with me forever because this is the shell that started it all. We were out on the boat fishing one day and came back into the dock, and I saw this sitting on the beach, and it literally blew my mind. Born and raised Montana kid, going to Florida for like, I think it was my second time down there. Saw this thing sitting there, and it literally rocked my world. Like, I had no idea that we had shells like this in the U.S. But I can't talk about my favorite Florida finds without showing you this thing. So we semi-regularly get into horseshoe crabs. They go up onto the shore, shed their skin, and then leave. But when they get big, their sheds are so thick that they stay there for a very, very long time. So you can find some just awesome stuff. And they're usually, oh, I don't know, like, you know, that big in diameter. Usually not huge, but one year we found this, which is just enormous. I don't think, here, I might have to back my camera up. It's just huge. And it's literally perfect, 100% perfect, except it has a broken tail. So let's start with small and work our way up. So this is actually, I believe, a mako tooth that I found in Florida. And it is very nice. Definitely by far the nicest tooth I've ever found. Next, you guys, you've seen these. I show these a lot. They're amazing. This is ammonite that I found and prepped. It is just easily one of my favorite gemstones. This is another piece that I'm working on. And yeah, I kind of hoard my ammonite a little bit just because I love it so much, but I will be listing more at some point in the somewhat near future. Then we've got this really nice ammonite. As far as ammonites go, it's nothing crazy. It's just, I loved how perfect it was. Love that little thing. And this, again, is not a crazy ammonite by any means. It's just for where it came from. They usually are a fraction of that size. And that would be that one right there. This is a pretty monstrous baculite that I found in the Badlands of South Dakota. And I was so upset that it came out in two pieces, but when I got it cleaned up, I saw exactly why it came out in two pieces. That beautiful calcite pocket right there. And I really need to finish prepping this. It's actually got some just amazing pearl in there that it would really benefit from a polish. And then actually in the exact same conglomerate as this one, sitting underneath the baculite, was this just amazing ceramic clam. And again, I need to stabilize and prep this one a little bit more. Actually, yeah, you can see that's the negative from where the big baculite was sitting. And of course, what should be a surprise to no one, this is easily my top fossil find that is, well, actually second top fossil find that is not going anywhere. I should really get around to finishing repairing it. I'm still piecing it back together because half of it came out perfect and the other half was extremely freeze fractured. So there were just cracks like crazy when it was in the matrix. So the one half came out beautifully. The other half came out in like 16 pieces. And yeah, actually, I can't show you my best fossil ever that is not going anywhere yet because that video has not come out yet. I found it in Florida this trip, and oh my gosh, I pretty much lost my mind when I found it. But yeah, hopefully I'll have that video out soon. This is one of the most unique jasper agates I've ever seen in my life. Look at that tight banding. I know I've showed this one already probably, but yeah, it was hard picking stuff that I haven't, already shown. I tried to do my best in that regard, but yeah, there's going to be some repeats, unfortunately. Speaking of repeats, I will never miss an opportunity to share this thing with you guys. Look at it. Look at it. It's the best jasper I've ever found in Montana. That thing is just insane. This one, I couldn't decide if I wanted to show it in the fossils or the agate. It has fossils, but it's more agate than fossil. So, thought it was just like a really dark agate, but the more we got looking at it after I got it cleaned off, all those little squiggles are shells. How awesome is that thing? So this is cool. I should probably do a video on this sometime. This is red dolomite, and red dolomite is highly composed of calcite, but it also promotes quartz crystal growth. So you can actually submerge it in muriatic acid or vinegar. It just takes way longer, and dissolve all that calcite away to expose some nice crystals. And this one right here is by far my best one that I've ever done. Look at that beautiful strawberry quartz, and as you can see, every crystal has a red phantom crystal inside of it. Like, literally every crystal has a phantom crystal inside of it. It's so cool. Look at it. Look at that little thing. It's an agatized twig. And when I say agatized, I mean agatized. Look at how ridiculously agatized that thing is. Like, just pretty much literally an agate, except it's a twig with bark and a little twig coming off of the twig. It's so cool. I love it. So this right here is very special because this is the agate that started it all. I actually found this when I was very young, like 6 or 7, and was just mesmerized by it. A lot of people have asked me if it's worked. It has not worked. It was just not found on the Yellowstone. It was found in a field. So it's weathered, not river tumbled. That's why you get the sharp edges, and you can see the wind polishes it like crazy. But yeah, very, very cool. Also, speaking of agates, this one was my first nice agate that I ever found. And I found it here in Billings, which is just crazy for an agate this nice. And yeah, it's just a beautiful waterline, and it like literally rocked my world because I had no idea that agates could get that big in Montana. And then Alexis found this one later that year, and it again blew our mind because we had no idea agates could be this nice. This is actually something I found in mine tailings, and it's so awesome. It's like a chevron amethyst, but there's no amethyst. It's all iron stained pink quartz, smoky quartz, and clear quartz, and it's just so cool. It's amazing. It's so pretty. This is so pretty. So this is a piece of agatized jasperized wood. And you can see why I want it. And I'm not getting rid of it because it's really something special. Look at all the red and pink in there. Oh man, it's so cool. So this I have a lot of.
This is common opal from Wyoming, and you can see the agate veins in there. And I have a bunch of this, and it fluoresces just bright green under a black light. It's some really cool stuff. And near there is the site for Sweetwater agates. If you've ever heard of Sweetwater agates, I have a bunch of these too. Dying to get back over there. They're just like Montana agates with their moss. It's just they don't have banding, but they're pretty much just Montana agates. So this is, oh man, okay, I gotta back up. A lysite agate. And you can see there's actually grape agate all along this vein. It's kind of dusty because I don't show it the love it deserves, but those are all very purple. So pretty, but this one's even nicer. This is another lysite agate that I found in Wyoming, and yeah, it's something special for sure. Look at that thing. Again, this is easily one of my favorite rocks that I have ever found. It's so cool. Oh, it's so beautiful. Crystal pockets, banding, huge color variation. So this, I have probably 5 or 6 of these that I found myself in South Dakota. This is South Dakota rose quartz. Just beautiful stuff. And I have a lot more of these. This is, I think, is just the one that has the nicest color, which I hope my camera is picking up because it is just hot pink. So pretty. This, I'm not going to spend too much time showing this because, yeah, I found in a recent video, and you've all seen it by now probably, but that's that big jasper. Still not sure what the heck I'm going to do with it. I don't think I am going to cut it for a while at the very least. This is super cool. Oh my goodness, I forget how heavy some of these are. This is a big block of common opal from Wyoming. And yeah, it fluoresces like crazy. And it's so cool. Might cut it actually, that'd be kind of cool. Then of course this you've seen before. That's that giant piece of agatized wood. It's an agatized root burl. And it's so pretty. Just great clarity and color. It's fantastic. I was trying really hard to pick mainly stuff that you guys haven't seen before, but just so happens that some of my biggest stuff was found in videos, so I'm sorry about that, but this is one of my favorite Bear Canyons that I've ever found. The thing is huge. Beautiful druzy, really nice fortifications. This one I might cut at some point, not sure. It's super nice though. And then this, again, was in a video, so you might recognize it. I don't know that I'm going to attempt to pick it up. Just a monster Bear Canyon agate. Great druzy, nice fortifications. It's just huge. And every corner of it has another crystal pocket. Look at how deep that one is. Yeah, that's a nice one. I have 2 more bigger ones. I could show you one of them. I cannot show you the other one. Believe it or not, this is actually one of my favorite rocks that I own. And it's a monster. It's huge. It is absolutely massive. And it is a giant piece of aventurine. And the area that I found it in has just ridiculously nice aventurine. This is actually a piece that I cut off of a piece that I found next to the big chunk, and it's just so pretty. Great inclusions, nice color variation, which isn't really common for aventurine, but this thing is just enormous. Actually, let's weigh it really quick. As you can see, it's huge. That thing is just over 40 pounds. It is a monster and weighs way more than it should for its size, but it's so nice. Just dark green. And yeah, like I said, I cannot show you my biggest rock that I have here because it's a 2-man job, and yeah, I'm not about to attempt that by myself. It's like 160 pound, just amazing high grade septarian, and I just, yeah, have had that thing forever. That was actually like one of the first rocks I ever kept. It was on a friend's property, and they let us come in and haul it out because I was just starting to really get into rocks, and they're like, well, I got something you'll like, and yeah, it's phenomenal. It's so nice. Just beautiful calcite inclusions. It's amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I, you know, obviously other than stuff that you've already seen in videos. Like, I didn't show most of the agates that I'm holding on to, just because, you know, I showed them in my best of 2020, a lot of them, and you've seen them in recent videos, so I didn't want to. This video is going to be long enough as is without showing you a bunch of repeat rocks. Just trying to just dig out stuff that you guys maybe haven't seen before. And yeah, I'm sorry if that was boring, because you may have noticed I'm a little miserly. I don't really buy rocks very often. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed that one, let me know. Hopefully this was worth the subscription, because I do a whole bunch of rock hunting and carving and that kind of stuff on the channel. And yeah, there's a whole lot more to come. Not right now, because it's -18 right now, but soon, hopefully. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. And yeah, liking helps a lot to spread the video around. Let me know in the comments which rocks you would like to see us work with more in the future, because I definitely have a lot that we have never touched in, some of my labradorite videos, like that labradorite. I definitely want to work more with that in the coming, weeks, because I love that stuff, and I definitely have not recorded with it as much as I should. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll have another one out very soon.